Today, we are going to revisit this COVID vaccine issue, and particularly the federal mandate, which requires all federal employees to get vaccinated. And there are exemptions to this requirement, and they are for religious reasons, and they are also for medical reasons. Someone's disabled, someone's allergic to the vaccine, so on and so forth. Since the original mandate came out, we have had a number of consultations with people who can't get the vaccine for whatever reason. And then I got a call from a woman, first name Sharon, who's an engineer at a federal agency. She has a very, very interesting situation. And it led me to believe there must be thousands, tens of thousands of individuals like Sharon who are in the same boat, and this is her story. Sharon suffers from allergies. She's allergic to many different things, many different kinds of medications, penicillin, certain kinds of shampoos. She has spine inflammation. At times, she has a dry, tight, or irritated throat. She suffers from an irregular heartbeat and a list of 5 or 10 other ailments. The thing with Sharon, though, is that no doctor can diagnose what this is, and she's had it for decades. So here's what happens. Her employer, whatever this agency is, tells her, you want an exemption? Your doctor has to answer all of these detailed questions about what your condition is and why the vaccine is a threat to you. Well, what if Sharon just doesn't know? I mean, what if the doctors don't know? I mean, this is a really, really fascinating thing, because if you watch enough TV, you may get the sense that anyone choosing not to get the vaccine is some sort of selfish, terrible citizen who doesn't care about anyone, and that this vaccine solves everything. And wow, you can't believe people are that self-centered, that political, that idiotic that they can't get the vaccine. Now, it is important to realize that it is an individual's responsibility to really get the medical treatment that person needs and really study the condition. I mean, anybody in the world can simply say, yeah, I might be allergic, so forget it. I mean, we're not talking about those cases where there's some theoretical danger. We're talking about you have these conditions, you've gone to your doctor, you've gone to specialists, even an allergen, an allergy doctor who's tested you, and at the end of the day, that doctor doesn't know and can't rule out the possibility, even as remote as it is, that you will be harmed either through an allergic reaction or through some other chemical reaction. And that's many, many people where the doctors simply can't rule it out. They can't rule it in. They don't know. Okay. And then you have this woman, Sharon, and tens of thousands like her. And it's a situation of she frankly doesn't know what this vaccine can do to her, and neither does the doctor. They don't know if it's safe for her. I mean, there are people who are on a number of different medications, and the doctor just doesn't know. What will the reactions be if you mix the vaccine, the kind of vaccine, with these other medications? Science doesn't know. We don't know the answers yet. And we're certainly not going to make someone take the vaccine to find out. So the first thing we have to do is recognize, and I think the government has to recognize, that science right now and medicine does not have all the answers. There's no cure for AIDS. There's no cure for cancer. Why not? Because science doesn't know everything. Doctors don't know everything. We don't know the future harm this vaccine can cause someone like her who suffers from things that are not diagnosed. How could they know that? Now, you have to really understand this, that if you look at the advances in medical science over the last 30 years, I mean, they're enormous. 30 years ago, medicine isn't nearly what it was or what it is today. Back during the Declaration of Independence times in the late 1700s, doctors would put leeches on people to suck out blood and cure infections. I mean, this is history. Science, medicine, they're always progressing. So Sharon's case is one that doesn't fit a known danger. And as I was doing this consultation, it occurred to me, and the advice I gave her was, listen, why is it that the employee has to prove the danger for the vaccine? Why isn't this the other way around? Why can't Sharon get one of her doctors to say, given her ailments, given her allergies, given what we don't know about future harm of the vaccine, I can't rule out danger if she gets the vaccine. I think that's really the advice here. And let the government fight you back and say, no, because there's no definitive danger, we're going to make you take a chance on whatever terrible thing could happen to you, hair falling out or worse, far worse. And I think that another thing to realize and understand here is that we're not talking about Ebola. This is not a disease, a virus, where 99% of people who get this are going to die within a few days. That's not what this is. There's a very small percentage chance that someone will get COVID-19, and then an even smaller chance that that person will die, particularly if the person is under 50 or 60 years old. Aside of the fact, and this is what was amazing about her case, guess where she's been working for the last 2 years? Remotely, at home. She hasn't come into the office one time. The agency hasn't made her come into the office one time. Now they are. Why? So they can mandate her to get the vaccine so that they can create a danger to the workplace that they didn't before. I mean, I think that it's just appalling that you're going to make somebody like this, who has a desk job that she's been doing for the last couple of years, you're going to make her get the vaccine just so she can't get it so that you can terminate her. Here's another thing, and I've told this other employees to make this argument. Why is this a case where the unvaccinated employee creates the danger? All right. Why, if the other employees, they've been vaccinated because, hey, there's a mandate, so they've had to get it, assuming there's no exemption. So picture a federal employee with a desk job who comes into the office, who wears a mask, all right? Person got the vaccine, the person can wear gloves, the person can socially distance, the person could even wear a hazmat suit. Meaning if someone is that particular and that concerned about someone like Sharon coming into the office, don't come near her. I even suggested to one employee, you'll volunteer, you'll wear a little trinket, almost like a star on your shirt with a big U on it, letting everybody know that you're unvaccinated and that stay away more than 6 feet from me at the office. She was a law enforcement officer, okay? So their claim was, okay, we understand you get the exemption, but how can you do your job? Now, this was amazing. It's like she's an officer at the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement Agency. She's interviewing illegals. Have they gotten the vaccine? Take a look at the border with all those people trying to get in. They all are vaccinated, those people? No. A lot of them even have COVID. Okay, so why is my client, who's assigned to the border, why is she a greater health risk to the other agents at ICE who are there more than the illegals who haven't been vaccinated and are trying to get into the country? I actually have one client from the Northeast who was assigned to the Texas border. He's an ICE agent. He had a really good argument. I think this is a danger. I think even if I get the vaccine, I'm going to be dealing with people at the border all day. Most of them aren't vaccinated. I'm taking leave so that I can avoid this. And he's in the middle of all his leave, and eventually that's going to run out. But that's my adverse tangible loss. So the bottom line is there are many, many reasons not to get the vaccine. There is unknown danger. There are people with all kinds of conditions who don't know what will happen. People like Sharon. And these are not selfish people. And these are people who are trying to do the right thing for themselves, for their families, for their employers, and for the people around them. If you have issues with the vaccine, give us a call. We are here to help you.